What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Tinted with Jaleel, and in this one we're working on a Mercedes GLE 53 AMG. So let's go. Okay guys, we gotta remove the door sweeps, and for this you'll need a panel tool and a pick. So simply you come around and you'll see where the gasket starts and where the panel separates. You feed your panel tool in there and you push away. Once you hear that click, you know the clips have been loosened here. You continue that all the way across. And that's pretty much it. Just take your pick, put your pick inside, separate the door, and you pull up. And do this while you hold the door panel towards you. Pull the door panel towards you. And that's it for the first side. You push towards you, and you feel the click. And you do that all the way across. And then this side, okay, this side you just pull, and it comes apart. You take your pick, and you insert it at the edge of the gasket. Once you have it separated, you're going to use your hand because you don't want the rubber to bend. As you're pulling the panel away, you pull the gasket out. Now, we're going to prep the film and get installing. So I'll see you in a second. When you're heat shrinking, make sure you go on try to do a level heat shrink like this, all the way across if you have access. It'll just make controlling the fingers a bit easier. And I use my hand to separate, or my finger to separate the fingers so they shrink better. You want to take your time with the edges. You don't want to burn the edges because I cut it off. A lot of people like to leave the excess film like I did over here, but it all depends on how good of a heat shrinker you are, for lack of a word. It's just one little piece in the middle on this, but that'll be fine. It's gonna be okay. Let me see if I can reach it from here. There we go. Got it. Now, let's get to the install. So we're just gonna hit it with the scrubby, a very light scrub. You're gonna do nice overlapping strokes. I'm gonna clean across and make sure you clean off every single square inch. We're gonna wipe our top edge, and we're gonna wipe these pillars because most likely the window tint is going to touch this. And I just spotted some glue, and then we're gonna squeegee. And you're good to go. It's too much. Peel the liner, give it a nice spray. You're gonna climb your ladder of shame. Get yourself in position. Don't fall off the ladder. It goes really far in, like the window is recessed inside this trunk. You can let the bottom hang like that. Adjust your film so you get the desired fitment. So you want to work with your hand and get rid of any kind of bigger bubbles you see here, like this. And then you want to gently give it a mist. You're gonna grab your fusion handle and you're gonna start from the top And you're gonna give it a medium pass, medium as in pressure, just so the tint doesn't move around. And then you want to check your fitment, make sure there's no light gaps. And then you can give it a little bit firmer overlapping strokes. Push it off to the side. That's done. And then I'll continue giving it firm pressure now and working to the bottom. Okay, now for the doors. Very easy. Let's get to it. I guess I should mention, hit the power first and take in how beautiful this interior is. Damn. Once you're done admiring, spray your window. There is a sticker here. I'm going to remove that sticker. What's it for? Guard 360 protection. Okay. Where's my scrubby? My scrubby ran away, guys. Nope. It's right here. My tools are running away. Just make sure you hit that top edge. Start from the most inner edge, and you're gonna work your way out. Overlapping strokes, a nice even and firm pressure. Swipe all that water down. Spray our sides and wash down the contaminated water. Peel off the liner. Soak it. Remember, you're using your nail, and you're gonna rest it like a pizza. You're gonna work from the left side and slowly just guide the tint in. You're not gonna force it. So once this is in, it seems to be pretty happy where it sits. I look on the outside, it's good. Lineup is good. Give it a light mist. Do my top edge first. And I'll hold the tint just in case while I'm squeegeeing. Mild pressure, and then a more firm overlapping strokes. And then do the other half. Mild pressure, and then another pass, more firm. And now you want to get rid of these bubbles here. I'm going to use our triangle tool. One swipe up, same thing. You can go up, you can go down, whatever floats your boat. We're going to seal the top edge. You're going to roll up the rest of your window. I'm going to pass my triangle tool on the edges of the window to make sure the tint is sitting flat. And now I'm going to take care of these fingers. You may have noticed I didn't heat shrink my windows. That's because I know how easy it is to remove the rubber gasket for these vehicles. Now, you can still heat shrink your windows to eliminate fingers. You can still do that. It's just a personal preference. When I go to take the moisture out, I flatten all the fingers down so nothing gets caught up when the window rolls down. I'm going to roll the window down, and I'm going to reinsert the rubber, and I do this by pulling back the panel and feeding the rubber back in and making sure it sits flush on top of the metal rail. And once I see it's flush, I'm going to make sure there's no fingers on the outside, and we're good to move on. I'm going to spray this window, the bigger one. Again, there's a warning security sticker here I'm going to remove. Okay, I got fresh cloths. I dropped mine, so I'm just going to give this a respray and a re-clean just to make sure I don't have any contamination in my window. Okay, once I'm happy with the squeegee, I'll wipe down the edges. I can give it a light mist. I'll put this off to the side. That one's a little tricky. I'm going to do it in the end. The patterns for the rest of the car are pretty good. What I'm doing here is I'm gonna let the pattern sit and kind of adhere to the glass. Now I'm gonna take care of the rest of this window. You got your scrubby, give it a good scrub. Want to get your top edge. Clean down your top edge, black and white down the side, and then nice even strokes. Put it up just a bit, overlapping strokes to ensure you have no streaks. Take it down to the side, wipe down my edges. Spray. Give it a nice spray. Hold it like a pizza. See, I see it buckling here, so I'm gonna just pull that panel back a little bit, and I'm gonna feed the tint down. As I cleaned all my edges and my sides, I don't have to worry about dirt or dust. I'm gonna hold the tint with my thumb and give it a light squeegee just to kind of tack it in place, and then I'll go across. Okay, same thing. You want to give it a light squeegee and go across. Respray, and then go with a little more firm pressure and do the rest of the window. And then I'll triangle my edges to make sure it's sitting flush and I have no contamination coming back into the window. While we're there, we're just going to take a quick look, make sure our top edge is still lined up nicely. Roll up. Now finish the bottom. I'll take everything to the side. Mild pressure. I gave this quarter window enough time to just sit and adhere by itself. Dropping all my stuff today. Now let's put the rubber back in. You want to feed this channel into the groove of the door. Look at what you're doing. And you feed it this way. Make sure that sits flush, and this is sitting flush. Check for spacing on the sides. I'll roll up my window, give it a final wipe. Now for this, I'm gonna give my scrubby a spray. Again, I'm not directly spraying the window because I don't want water to be getting pooled up at the bottom of this this quarter window. Quarter squeegee, and I want to try my best to get as much of the contaminated water out as best as I can. I think this one's a little bit better. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna give the top edge and the sides a wipe. This might be a little tricky because it's such a tight space, but it's definitely doable. Once you're happy with the fitment, you can just run your finger on the dot matrix and the writing on the glass just to kind of secure the film where it is. And I'm gonna give it a light pass, a very light pass, just to test if the film is moving around. White card. Oh, that's a lot better. I want to make sure there's no moisture in there, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm just gonna give a quick visual inspection, make sure there's no fingers. Visual of how tight this is. We're going to clean the exterior glass. Proceed with the final step, which is heat sealing. That's pretty much it, guys. If you like this video, give it a comment, like, subscribe, and stay posted for some more exciting videos. Thank you for watching, and Jaleel out.